Hi there. Gallup just came out with 2020's best articles, and I really like this one. So I figured I'll do a super quick video on it. It's the 8 behaviors that the world's best managers engage in. And so I put the question here in orange is which ones do you embody and which ones do you need to work on? So as we go through these, few slides here, just think about where you have room for improvement and just do an authentic self-assessment. There's no prestige here. We all have things we need to work on to get better. So firstly, connect the company purpose to individual and team action. And this is really about why we exist. Why is it important what we do? And once we know that purpose or that vision or that why, we need to internalize it. We need to own that and be passionate about it. And when we do, we can communicate that to our employees and to our team. So that is your first step, is to think about why are we here? And why do we get excited about it? And now that we have that passion around why we're here, or you have to create that, right? If you don't know, create those few sentences around the purpose and the why. And now we're going to connect it to action, right? So what are people doing on a Tuesday afternoon that is linking to that purpose, and illustrate that for the team, right? So spotlight that action and bring it back to our why. Shine a light on the opinions of others and make them count. People want to be heard and we want to be taken seriously. As managers and leaders, we do not have to have all the answers. We do not have to have all the right answers. We do not have to be the ones that frame the problem every time. Let other people be part of doing that. How do they see the problem? What ideas and solutions do they come up with? Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. If they don't work, we explain why. We validate their opinion, we hear them, and then we explain why or why not we're going to make use of it or move forward with it. But people want to be taken seriously and be respected. So make sure we validate them in that. Coach your team in a way that allows for genuine candor, right? So psychological safety is all about, can I show up being the person I am and I don't feel threatened being myself around you, around the team? Do I trust you? Do I trust the team? And if we do, we have a learning culture, which is much better than a performance culture, because in learning cultures, we have continuous improvement, we get better. And I should say that the blue statements here are from Gallup verbatim, and then I'm just talking around this. I can link, let me know in the comment sections if you want me to link to the article as well. It's a quick article. So I'm just talking around their 8 statements. So in the learning culture, people feel free to bring up errors and mistakes because they're not going to get punished. We're going to use those as learning opportunities and opportunities to do continuous improvement. I had a friend who was going in for surgery, and he was looking for the hospitals that did not report 0 incidents. It sounds crazy, I know, but his philosophy around this is that in a hospital reporting 0 incidents or errors, people are too afraid to say when things go wrong, because in what organization do you have 0 errors, right? That doesn't happen. But you want to make sure that people feel comfortable bringing it up so that we can fix it. So allow for psychological safety. Commit to 1 meaningful conversation a week with each person. So in this article, Gallup says that a vast majority of our employees don't feel like we talk to them meaningfully. Do it daily, do it weekly, especially now in our remote environment where people don't have that hallway conversation. Ask questions, listen to people, commit to being present in that moment. It doesn't have to be an hour, a few minutes, 10 minutes a week. Just make sure that you consistently have these conversations so people know that you're there for them. It doesn't just have to be work stuff either. It can be other things, right? Things that come up. Number 5, do you know what drives your employees? What are they passionate about? What do they think is fun? What is exciting to them? What lights their fire? So unlocking human motivation by connecting work to a person's innate tendencies. Okay. So if you can match tasks, projects, whatever it is, to what excites them, because that's going to drive awesome, high level types of performance. So find out their drivers. And you do this with open-ended questions in conversations. You just don't walk up and say, hey, give me a list of your top 10 motivational, factors. No, we try to find out what they're passionate about through conversation, coaching conversations, which means we ask questions, open-ended questions. I was coaching a manager who told me that his employees, there were 2 people on his team that would always do the holiday celebration back when we were not virtual. One year, he thought that he was going to take that holiday celebration and he was going to do it. So in his mind, he was taking a burden from these 2 employees because they had to do it every year. It was a lot of work. He was going to do it for them and they could show up as guests. Okay. In his mind, that was a reward. What he found out afterwards was one of the employees was super excited because to them it was a chore to put on this holiday party. Beautiful. That was exactly a motivational thing that was not there for that person. The other person, however, thrives on social interaction, on planning get-togethers, on seeing people happy. So taking that piece away from this employee reduced their motivation. How do you know what your employees get excited about? Or do you know what they get excited about? Recognize and reward excellence. Many of us do this already. We praise, we write emails, we say good job. Beautiful. Let's keep doing that. Let's make sure this is specific and timely. Instead of good job, Jill really did a great job on the presentation last week because she answered all the 3 questions very concisely within the time limit. That is specific. Tell her that in a timely manner, the same day, the same week, not a year later. Some managers are worried that if they talk or if they praise and reward too often, it will get watered down and lose its oomph in that praise. So what we can do is we can encourage efforts. People are moving towards a deadline. They're completing a task. Something went wrong. They bring it up in the team. We encourage that. We encourage the effort. We might not reward it. And so when results actually come through, we reward the results. And again, do you know what kind of rewards your employees like? Some like to be encouraged in a team setting. Some likes a quiet email. Somebody like a gift certificate. Somebody likes to be invited to a meeting with some higher ups. Somebody wants, an afternoon off. What kind of rewards do your employees like? Care about your employees as real people. We want to know that you care. So for those employees who feel comfortable sharing that they had a baby, that they got a new puppy, that they are out in the garden on Sundays, you can have conversations with them around that. Some of us are more private, so we can talk about things such the Olympic Games or the New York ball drop on New Year's Eve. Things that are in the public space, but it's not so private. But we want to make sure we connect to each other as humans. So we as employees want to know that you care about us. So how can we do that? Lastly, and I think I'm within about 10 minutes on this. I was talking a little bit more than I was expecting. I was hoping for like 5 or 6 minutes. Make your number 1 job the development of new stars. I hear this often that managers and leaders say that their most important job is to develop those around. So how do you grow them? Performance reviews look back, and that's fine. We can look at that and see what happened. But the most important job today is to look forward. How can I set you up for success so that you can complete this task, these projects? What are the specific things you need from me, right? So let's have a conversation about that structure, those goals, those deadlines, whatever it is that I can help you set you up for success, because we need to grow people around us. If they grow, all boats rise when the water lifts. So that's great for me as manager, for you as manager, for your employees. It's great for the organization. All right, until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.